residents and many flights canceled and roads closed. The storm shattered records across the country. For example, Virginia saw the most snow in more than 100 years. As for South Carolina, they saw the average annual snowfall in just one day. And DP&L crews are heading to North Carolina this morning. They're going to be working to help restore power knocked out by that winter storm. DP&L telling us they sent about 20 crews and 40 contractors to Durham, North Carolina. In many areas, that storm dumped as much as a foot of snow. Hundreds of thousands of people are now without power this morning, and the storm is being blamed for at least 3 deaths.
5:15 now, it's 18 very chilly degrees.
Yeah, absolutely. We are in a storm tracking alert day, and we want to get straight to Storm Center 7 meteorologist Kirstie Zontini.
Good morning, that's right. So we are dealing with the chance of not only single-digit wind chills this morning, but also some freezing fog that started to develop late last night. Now, one piece of good news is that our winds have been picking up here over the past couple of hours. So the fog itself, it is out there, but it is relatively light. That still means, though, you could get those super cool droplets to freeze on contact, but it is not as dense as it was yesterday morning, where we actually saw such thick fog that it went almost right over to snowflakes and was coating the roads with that ice. So we're going to be watching for that potential, especially as we get closer to sunrise. So from now through about 7 o'clock, I'll be very closely monitoring what that visibility does. But then from 7 to 9, once the sun is up, we get a little bit of that sunshine, and it will help to improve our conditions. We're at 18 degrees right now, so just as cold as yesterday morning. Our winds are out of the south-southwest, about 6 miles per hour, and unfortunately that's not helping us out in how cold it feels. It's actually bringing the wind chill down quite a bit. But looking at visibility right now, most of us have the visibility between 2 to 3 miles. So when you're driving, you'll notice some light fog, but we really have to watch more for the roads. Sometimes you can get that black ice, which is really hard to notice, especially before the sun comes up. So you're going to want to make sure that you are giving yourself that extra time and giving yourself plenty of space between you and the cars around you. I am keeping our morning drive elevated to at least 8 o'clock this morning. Once we go to lunchtime and then for the drive home, things really will improve, and the rest of the day is actually quiet and dry. Temperature-wise, though, everyone has to deal with the cold start. So if you work outside or when you're sending the kids out to the bus stop, dressing them in layers is a must, especially because we barely warm up later this afternoon. We'll hit 16 in Belle Fountain, 18 degrees in Springfield, and 21 right now in Eaton. When we factor in that breeze, look at the wind chill. A lot more of us are seeing wind chill values down in the single digits. That includes Sydney and Troy, Wilmington, Belle Fountain, and Urbana. Our big picture here does show that really it's the fog that is the big story of the morning and really of the day. Once we head later into the afternoon, live Doppler 7 radar is always scanning the skies, but we're not going to need to track any showers or any chance here for snow. Futurecast does show this fog development and starts to improve things as we head through late morning. And it actually does show that that cloud deck will move out a little bit more than it did yesterday. So eventually we see some sunshine with just some scattered clouds trying to build back in then late tonight. Your hourly forecast today, because we will see a little bit more of that sun sneak in, should help us out, get up to the mid to low 30s. We're also seeing our winds out of the southwest today, so that is helpful as well to up those temperatures more than what we ended up with yesterday. 35 degrees in Belle Fountain. We'll hit 36 after school in Huber Heights and 37 in Springfield. Tonight, everyone gets back down into the upper 20s. We will have some scattered clouds, but we're still dry heading into our Wednesday. And Wednesday is really the first day we finally get back to normal in the temperature department. We'll hit about 38 in Wapakoneta, 41 in Dayton, and 39 in Eaton. Looking at Futurecast for Wednesday, we do have a decent amount of dry air over us. So as we go through the day, we will see some cloud cover moving on in, and then heading later into the afternoon and evening, we are going to watch for a few sprinkles or some light flurries to develop, but this activity tomorrow should stay very light. Really just don't have enough moisture to trigger any heavy showers. Thursday's a day between two systems. We will see another one arrive on Friday, and that is going to bring rain that could last into the beginning of the weekend. We bring you weather and traffic every 10 minutes. Let's check in again now with Sergeant Mark. Good morning, Sarge.
Hey, good morning again to you, Kirstie. Keeping a close eye on these freeway traffic, our driving conditions as well. Right now, we're showing you a live shot of the Piqua area in Miami County. This is Interstate 75 at Route 36. Light volume And up to this point, it's been pretty quiet as far as seeing any issues with visibility, at least enough to where it's going to cause any slowdowns on the freeways. Still been pretty quiet there as far as our morning drive. I'm Sergeant Mark Bowron, WHIO Team Traffic.
Sergeant, thank you. It is 521, 18 degrees.
As a woman, I also realize the importance of having time for myself.
How a local salon is helping parents and patients at a local hospital.
And it's finals week at colleges across the country, a form of stress relief at a local college.
Next ET, a real-life giant gingerbread house will reveal which celeb lives in this decked-out holiday home. Next ET.
Tonight at 7:30 on Channel 7. News Center 7 is brought to you by the law offices of Blake R. Maisland.